I'm just sitting here, posted up against a tree. But look how beautiful this is. I can sit and stare at this like forever. Minus the power lines, but that'd just be perfect. But I was thinking about the word enemy and how enemy sounds like inner me or enemy, like the me inside of me, right? And so that's where I'm getting back to like the concept of like me, myself, and I, spirit, flesh, and then is, or you, the awareness between your spirit and flesh. And so we're quick to call the devil evil, but what is the devil? And if you read look at the letters, spelled backwards, devil is just lived. LIVED backwards. Just like love backwards is to evolve, right? So people keep saying, asking, how come God didn't destroy the devil? Which I made a video about this a while back, just explaining that the devil cannot be destroyed because the devil is energy, just as God is energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be housed inside of vessels or inside of something, but it cannot be destroyed. It can be produced and reproduced, but not created, right? So all the energy that we're seeing coming in and out of the system is just recycled energy from recycled consciousness. And if you think about that, thank you for having my back. I don't know what made me think to get up like that. Thank you. I almost fell backwards, but that caught me. It helped me. Thank you. But when you think about recycled consciousness, just going through a system. So say boom, me knowing all that I know now. So say I depart from this world. I'm going to have my consciousness, right? On my departure, I'm going to have not only this consciousness, but all past life consciousness that I've always had. I'm going to be able to see it all. That's why they call it judgment, right? Because you get to see what you did, how you spent your energy, or what you did with your money, right? You don't have nothing to show for it. And so, how am I trying to explain this? So say okay, boom, I get my judgment and I don't like it. So I got a chance to come back or be stuck and just say, I ain't doing that no more. I tried, I'm just going to sit here and I ain't going to do nothing. Purgatory, right? You're not there, you're not here, you're in between, right? So say if I do come back, I'm going to have my same consciousness, but I'm going to have a different vessel. So say somebody a protester or a prophet, they were killed and they came back, but now they're on the opposing side for the people that killed them, right? And they're still having all their past life memories. And so now they're seeing the other side of the equation now. And it's kind of like an experience, so to speak, right? So when you talking about, oh, God's going to destroy the devil, if that were to happen, it would have already happened. What else could the devil do that the devil has not already done, so to speak, that would provoke God even more, right? Murder, famine, abuse, trauma, neglect. What else is on the list that could say, all right, you really crossed the line now, devil. Here I come, right? But what you can do with energy is retrain it. And just I made a video a while back explaining before too, once you understand energy, you'll understand that Jesus, when he was talking to the devil, being tempted, nobody was there but Jesus. Jesus was having a conversation with his ego, his lower self. We have a higher self, aware self, lower self. And our purpose in this life is to bring the three bodies. That's three different consciousness. That's three minds of its own. Your heart has a mind of its own. Your mind has a mind of its own. And then your gut has a mind of its own. But the purpose of this life is to bring those three minds into one agreement. And part of the thing, like, what helped me to realize this is, like, like, most people don't like to admit it, but like, oh, I hear voices in my head or thoughts that aren't my thoughts. But you don't understand that your masculine energy is really your child, like your child self, right? Your childhood energy, your childlike self. So however your masculine is to protect the childlike energy. So when your masculine is projecting off negative stuff, it's because your inner child does not feel safe. Your inner child is projecting through your masculine. And that's where you have to go back and do inner child healing. And most people say, like, oh, I'm grown, or I don't need to do this, or I already got past this. All you're doing is just delaying the inevitable. And for the people saying, like, oh, the devil's going to be destroyed, God says so in the Bible. Please, no energy. And that's why I keep telling you guys, God, and I'm saying it loud for my neighbors that's over here fixing the house. No offense to you guys. What up, cuh? But God does not care about homosexuality. Does not care. That's why I really question people, like, do you really talk to God? Do you talk to the angels? Because if you talk to the angels, you're talking to your ancestors. Little do you know, because your ancestors are the messengers. Your ancestors are the family seal. They're the crest, the ones that go to God on your behalf. Where people say, it's like, oh, you give the messages to the angels take it to the God or to the source. Those are your ancestors, believe it or not. And that's why I always tell you guys, I talk to my ancestors. At first, I used to just call them angels. And then now I'm just like, I'm not going to deny them just because people think it's evil or people think I'm crazy. You could think what you want. Call me what you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Like my grandma used to always say, call me what you want. Just don't call me late for supper. But, I'm going to go up front. That sky is pretty. If you could see that from right, yeah, I'm going up front. It just like made eye contact with me. It was like, psst, Jackie, I am out. You just can't see me from the back. Come out front. So I'm like, all right, cool. Oh yeah, it's just so beautiful. I can't believe I was in the backyard. I mean, nothing against the backyard. Let me out. All right. Oh my goodness. Look how beautiful. Oh yeah, I can be the backwards man. I can walk backwards fast as you can. I can walk backwards fast as you can. Backwards man. But I want to see it too, so you guys got to look at me. So I didn't use the camera where I can flip it around. But anyways, what was I saying? Jesus was talking to himself when he was being tempted by the devil. He was talking to his ego. And that's just how the ego works. And not saying like the ego or the masculine is so much of a bad thing, because it's not. We need that. Like, you need that. We need that. It goes in balance, right? And I was just trying to explain it too, like in a way where people's like always listen to gospel music. Like, oh, I can't listen to that music. Like, I'll be out here playing Lil Wayne for the trees. And the trees be going ham. The flowers be turning up. And it's not even so much because it's Lil Wayne. It's the frequency in the song. Like, we be out here turning up. But if I put on like some gospel music, it depends on what the beat is. Because they like that Hail Mary from Sister Act 2. The Holy Grail. We be out here turning up sometimes too. But it all goes to frequency. That's why I tell you, like, energy is not gender based. You can meet, it could be a woman and a woman, because like people try to like tell me, like, oh, I just give myself an example. Like when I was in church and I started realizing, like, I was looking at women a certain way, or I was having like certain type of dreams, then automatically, you're going to hell. Or, you've been possessed and da da da. The whole time I've been groomed, and I put that ideal in my head. But I had to go through that cycle, so to speak, for myself too. And that cycle was just so much like just being exposed to the source, or exposed to everything at a young age, right? It's like opening up 1,000 doors when I was only mentally prepared to just see one door. Instead of the one door, I got to see thousands of doors. And then it's kind of like going into the dark web. Go into the dark web but don't know what you're doing. And that's just like, the spiritual realm. It just opens you up to everything. Not saying that, you wasn't ever supposed to experience it, but me, I was just immature in mind and spirit before those things was pushed on to me. But I still went through it. But when I was dating women and like girls, because I've dated girls since I was 17 years old. And then I just been single since 2018. I was just done with relationships. I'm like, I don't want to date a girl or a dude. Like, to me, they're all the same. And like, I'd just rather be by myself until, I heal. And it took me like from 2018 until now, to me, still healing. But just now, to me, just saying like, okay, I'm open to a relationship. But beforehand, you try to tell me anything about a relationship or love, I'll cuss you out. And that was my truth. Like, get away from me and la 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 la. But now I'm matured. And like, it took me just sitting down and healing. But if you think like for a second that we're just here and we're just like sitting ducks, just waiting for God to remember us and say like, oh yeah, let me go save them from the devil that's been, harassing them. Like, why hasn't God came yet? Because it's not about that. That was never about that. And it tells you that this fight was never against flesh and blood. But what are we doing? Fighting flesh and blood, fighting flesh and blood, fighting flesh and blood. And we deny the truth, even though it's clearly in our face, because it's a doctrine that somebody else then put onto you. So if I say we need new mouth speakers, new mouthpieces that's actually connected to the source, to the Most High, to the all, not to the 3D. Somebody that's connected to everything, that can speak to you and tell you stuff, because we've all been taught wrong. And then if it's like my honest opinion, spirituality needs to be taught in school. Like how they're pushing like this one-sided history down our throat, making us take tests and study. Why can't we learn about ourselves to see the other side of ourselves? That sun is pretty though. Look, it's about to go down. But like, we only seeing one side of the picture and denying everything else about the other. Like, everything comes in balance, and then people's like, oh, I don't know, people say a lot. But I just wanted to address some things. Like, we're all just here pretty much to learn. And the second, like, you're rooting and hipping and hollering for something or somebody to be destroyed, you're going to come back here again because you ain't learned the lesson. You're going to repeat the same cycle again, because that's not what we're here for. It's not about anything being destroyed or what have you. And just think about it again. Jesus had all these powers from his Father in heaven that gave him strength. How was he able to get unalived at 33, according to that story, which I know is not, but according to that, why would God allow that? Because we're here to learn. We were taken out of the womb or out of the source prematurely. That's what all the Genesis and all those other stories is just explaining. Somebody made a mistake. But what the Bible doesn't tell you is that that same somebody, they made up for that mistake already. And that's why we're here. It's because now it's just up to us. We have everything that is in front of us. This life isn't about destroying the next person. Because what good is it to you unalive somebody, guess what? Reincarnation. Because they haven't reached their soul mission, they're going to come right back and just come back in a different form. So that's why, like, there's always these wars and stuff like that nobody really care about. And that's why the world's content on running the way it is. Because they know that you're going to be right back. And the only thing, like with the DNA testing and stuff, is that they're trying to track who's coming back and where they're going so they can keep up with their people. And like, if you've ever seen that show, it's called The 100. That show has a lot of gems in there. But there's a particular one, I think it's like season 5 or season 6, where they were taking the mind drives, the memory, the consciousness. Where is my stuff? I'm starting to think somebody's stealing my mail. I've been waiting for a piece of mail for almost a month now. I don't know why I didn't go back around back. I might as well. Never mind. I'll go back around the back. That's what I was gonna do. But anyways, on the 100, they were taking the consciousness out of the people, but they had to have the people's consent because they just couldn't take it. Because again, it'll break their universal laws. So they were taking their consent, having them go sacrifice themselves for a higher power, a greater power. And then they were putting their consciousness inside of that person and then living through them. Oh, it's like, why is this gate open like this? But that's what they were doing until somebody figured it out that they were lying to them. And it was just a manipulation tactic to, once they used their vessel up, to get a new vessel. And if you know anything about Queen Elizabeth, the great queen, that was in England. I don't know what I was watching or where I seen when they said that when they broke her stick, they broke the stick over her body. And they said the curse was broken. But if you like, oh, that was me at the front door. I had changed my mind. So it's like, whatever. But anyways, after her death, they had broke the wand, her witch's wand, over her body. And let me tell you why they broke that wand. And like, not a people realize this, but she couldn't put her mind drive into another body. She got stuck in limbo. You can believe it if you want, but she got stuck in limbo, and that's why they broke her wand, because she couldn't get into another body. So I don't know if the person that she was trying to go to got some level of awareness. I don't really get into the whole inner workings of magic. I know some stuff, but I don't really get into all of that because people misuse it crazily, and I never want to be on that side. And I feel like if it was something for me to know, Most High, my guides, my spiritual team, they would let me know. But as far as like me just never done it. But I read about it, you see about it, and then of course they're gonna put it on TV because they have to tell you about it. I don't remember what the starting point for. So to know your enemy, you have to know yourself. To know God, you have to know yourself. To know the devil, you have to know yourself, because all of them live inside of you. And it doesn't have to be chaotic. Well, I still got some carrots left. But it doesn't have to be chaotic or anything like that, because there can be peace. And with me, with myself, I had to tell my energies. I felt like I had to be like a super Jedi and just literally wield myself. Like, listen to me. You gotta live here. You gotta live here. We share this body. Like, I'm for real. I had to confront myself, and it was not hard. And when my ego confronted me back, my masculine stood up. I swear to, I thought it was the devil. So I stood up taller, like, I'm not afraid of you, and da 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 da. Then I'm arguing with my ego. We going back and forth and rah, rah, rah. Low key, I'm scared. But then at the same time, I'm like, God didn't bring me here to leave me. And then that's when I was telling you guys, I had to take a page out of the Star Wars book. When Yoda faced himself, I had to surrender. I said, I don't want to fight you. I said, I love you. I love you. And I love myself. And I love myself. And I apologize to my ego, to my masculine, for all the times I didn't love myself. And I apologize for all the times I put us in positions to not get love or to be misused. I had to apologize and sit with myself on a lot of stuff. And it took a lot of truths. Right? A lot of truths that I had to sit down, acknowledge, and heal with. Process it. And then me and my ego, we're like this. Sometimes, like when it be in protective mode, it want to come out and go rah, 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 on whomever. And then sometimes I be wanting to let it go. Then I be like, Jackie, no. That's when my other side step in like, Jackie, end of the day, core lesson. Everybody's here to learn. Now, if somebody provoked me past my stages, you might get a little something. But if I'm in my, I was going to say in my right mind, if I'm in my aligned mind, I'm going to put love first. So like even like in confrontations or fights, I had people swing off on me and I stood there and laughed because I'm just like, you don't know what I'm capable of. 1, 2, I will destroy you. 3, I don't want to. So then even like in a fight to just like diffuse it, I'll just grab their hands, spin them around, and just set them down like, you can't do nothing with me now, just get a life. But like my ego, it be wanting to go ham. Like, no, they step to us crazy. Like, you gonna let them do this and do da 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 da. And I have to check my ego. Like it was a part of them and let my ego know like something in them was hurting. Like they have a deficiency. That's why they're trying to come for me. Type thing. And like I have to sit and teach myself and learn from myself too. And every day is a different test. Every day is a different lesson. It's just something. That's why I said I would never say I'm 100% completely healed, because that'll be a lie. Because the day I say that, it's like never will start nevering, like it never before. And I don't want those type of problems. So I just take every day as a chance to heal. But as of now, Spirit's just been telling me to just, Jackie, chill. Go have fun. Go live your life. And I'm like, what to do? Like, y'all took everybody. Like, no, what to do now? But no, seriously, I just wanted to get on here. I didn't mean to make it this long video. I just be rambling sometimes. But just wanted to tell you that you are your own enemy. So every time you're calling for an enemy to be destroyed or God to do this or God to do that, think about yourself. All you're doing is cursing yourself with these weapons. And again, just know yourself.